Hi warriors, it's Hannah here and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Hannah Arts. I make weekly videos on eating disorder recovery, mental and physical health. I love making what I eat in a day videos and my favourites, Q&As, which is what we'll be doing today. Let's get around to the content of this video. First question. Should you be eating a lot more when recovering from anorexia? Well, it depends. A lot more compared to what? Compared to what you were eating when you were restricting? Well, certainly. A basic guideline that I've heard throughout my recovery and followed throughout my recovery is to aim for about 2,500, 3,500 calories in order to increase your weight by about 700 grams or so every week until you reach a healthy weight. However, some people may experience extreme hunger and need to eat a lot more than that still. So definitely eat more. It's the only way you're gonna physically gain weight and overcome the physical complications of the eating disorder, and mentally overcome those eating disorder thoughts as well. Question 2. Is it okay to binge when recovering? Yes. I think relearning to listen to your hunger cues and binging is, in a way, part of the recovery process. It's something you'll learn a lot from, and initially it might cause a lot of feelings of guilt, it might make you compensate for binging, and the lesson there is not to give in to those thoughts, to accept that they're there and then move on. Next question. How did you get over the fear of gaining rapidly without exercise? It's one of those things where, again, you just have to jump into the deep end. Stop exercising, start eating, give your body the rest that it needs and the nourishment that it needs, and then find out through experience that it's not as bad as you may be thinking now. By experience, prove your thoughts wrong. You may gain a bit of weight, and it's likely that your weight will fluctuate, but even if it does, that's not so bad. Jump in the deep end, try it for yourself. Or if you had to choose, which would you have? Glasses or braces? I've had braces in the past and I've still got an inside wire, and I do also have glasses. Personally, I thought my braces were a pain. Things got stuck in them, they were painful. I didn't enjoy them, so I'd probably go for the glasses. What are my top 5 movies that I don't get tired of watching? There's so many films, and to be honest, as soon as I've watched one, I probably forget it not long after. Movies that have stuck with me include Inception, K-Pax, and Secret Window, Secret Garden. I'm not quite sure about the last two. There might be some comedy in there, so maybe some Bruce Almighty, or a film that's got some good nostalgic memories to go with it. But yeah, let me know. What films would you recommend? Because I'm always looking for suggestions. Have you ever felt homesick? I think I'm quite an independent person and I like to do things on my own. However, I haven't seen my dad in 2 years. I haven't been home in almost 2 years. So I've been away from my family for a long time now. Screw you, COVID. I'm hoping to go visit them really soon now, and I'm super excited. Not because I've been homesick, but just because I love spending time with my family. So I think when I'm away from them, I really value that independence and being able to do what I want and structure my day the way I want to. And also I learned a lot in terms of taking good care of myself mentally and physically. But I definitely really value my time with my family, and I've missed them a lot in the past 2 years. Who is my favourite singer? How are you? How's life going? I'm doing well, thank you. Life's going really well. Ever since changing my job, I felt a lot more settled, and I don't know if it's because of the job itself, it probably does contribute, or whether it's the more routine 9 to 5 lifestyle But I think all of these factors definitely contribute and have helped me to take more time for myself and to take more breaks and to take better care of myself. So I'm doing good. How did I meet my boyfriend? We met at uni. He was in his 3rd year. I was in my 2nd year after a deferred entry. And we met at the Vegetarian Society. We were both part of the committee, and in the first social, we were actually the only 2 in the committee that were there, trying to juggle everything and get the ingredients last second, and it was hectic, but definitely a bonding experience. Shortly after, we showed up to a Halloween party in banana costumes, and the rest is history. A related question, what is my favourite thing about him? I don't know. There's too many things. He really just supports me in whatever I do, and if I have any goals that I'm fighting towards, he's just there to help me achieve those things and to cheer me on. Do you think you're fully recovered, or are you still in recovery? I am fully recovered, and I have been for the past 5-ish years, I believe. Ever since moving to uni, the eating disorder thoughts have just gradually left, and whilst I definitely don't have body positive images every single day, I would never think of coping with those by reducing my intake or by compensating for eating or anything along those lines. I don't have any fear foods anymore. I don't have any obsessive thoughts, and whilst I never thought this would be possible in the past, it is possible. If you're not there yet, keep going. It's so worth it. Are you still dealing with digestive issues such as gas and bloating after recovery? I'm not. I did for the longest time, honestly years after my recovery, and it was a big struggle and a big trigger as well, because it was difficult to eat and nourish myself properly because of these issues. But over time, it's gotten a lot better. And yeah, I think it just requires a lot of patience and just to keep going in spite of the discomfort. I made a few videos about gas, bloating, digestion specifically, so definitely check those out as well. Are you supposed to have a growling stomach before a meal? During my eating disorder, I was convinced that this was the case. If I wasn't hungry, what was the point of eating? If I didn't like the food, what was the point of eating? But even if you're not hungry, it's okay to eat. Even if you're just eating out of boredom or because you're out with friends or anything like that, it's okay to eat. And especially in recovery, when your cues may be very out of whack, it's good to give yourself a bit of a structure. Eat at specific times, even if your stomach is not rumbling at those times. It helps to regulate the hunger cues. How did you handle extreme hunger? By listening to it. It was really tricky. It was really terrifying. But by going all in, really listening to what my body was telling me, getting up in the middle of the night, that's how in the end I overcame the extreme hunger, because my body learned that I would give it what it needed, that it was safe, and that the extreme hunger was no longer necessary. Final question, and I think this is quite a fun one to end on. How to be confident while recovering? During my recovery, my body was obviously changing. This was a difficult time, mentally, physically, because my eating disorder was honestly shouting at me every single day. During this time, for me, it helped to avoid the scale. Avoid mirrors, wear comfortable, loose clothing, and just not dwell on the way I looked. Focus on things that were more important, like spending time with my family, reading, engaging in hobbies, meeting friends, and doing the things I enjoy. Then, when my weight finally started to redistribute to some extent, I felt more able to look at myself in the mirror, more able to accept myself. And for me, giving myself that little hiatus really helped. And then, allowing myself to love myself again was crucial after that. Positive daily affirmations and gratefulness were key to my recovery and to my positive, optimistic outlook. So I definitely recommend them to all of you. If you have any of your own tips, definitely leave them below as well, because I think stuff like this can be really useful to everyone out there. So let's build each other up. That's my quick fire round. Leave your comments, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and as always, see you guys next week for another video.